inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot. When you dance, 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 feel good, good creeping up on you. So just it's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes.
Problems? Do you get back problems? Where do you feel it? Shoulders, yeah? Where do you feel it? At the front. Okay, cool. So, yeah, a lot of swimmers will have that problem. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the main issues that you'll get per stroke, but also individual to you guys, the stuff that you guys feel. So, for example, butterflyers, you're always going to be using both arms coming forwards. That's going to mean that your pecs are engaging all the time. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to work the muscles at the back, but you also want to loosen off the muscles at the front. So the easiest way to loosen off the muscles at the front that you guys can do at home is to use a door frame. So everyone should have a door frame that's hopefully not too wide. And all you're going to be doing is you're going to be putting your forearms and your palms on the door frame, 1 foot forward, 1 foot backwards, and you're just going to push through, hold for a brief second, and relax off. Again, the same principle I went over yesterday, just hold it for that brief second, and then relax off, and then re-engage. So you'll do that 5 times on one side, change legs, 5 times on the other. Very, very simple. Just one thing you got to make sure that you don't do is lift the elbow up and push like this, because it will then become rotator cuff and more shoulder rather than actually working on the pec itself. Also, don't do single arm. A lot of people try to do that for the pecs. Problem is, yes, it does a wee bit of pecs, but again, mainly shoulder. You're not going to get the benefit out of it that you really need. To counteract the pull at the front, the exercise you want to do at the back is quite tricky to do on your own at home, unfortunately. But if you can get into the gym, or if you have anything you can use, basically you want to be below the bar for body weight. So if you're hanging underneath, and you'll essentially be doing a reverse press up. So you'll be pulling yourself up to the bar. If you imagine I'm coming up to the bar and then back down. Now the 3 angles you've got to be aware of. Have you ever seen the cable machines in the gym? The cables can go up and down.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best one to help rehab any problems that you might have shoulder wise. You can set it at 3 angles, up at a 45, middle and lower. Up at a 45-degree angle, if you go down and back, squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're crushing a Coke can, that's lower traps. That's the main one that's missed. If any of you guys have used weights in the past and you've done things like bent over rows, the problem is you won't actually be hitting this muscle, and that's why swimmers quite often still have that issue, even though they think they're working their back. You actually aren't. You're missing out the main muscle, because if you look at what I'm doing, if I lift up, if I do a bent over row, what angle is my shoulder at? It's going up, yeah? It's not going down and back. So you're actually still doing upper or mid traps at the lowest. You're not getting lower traps, because there are 3 muscles there that are super important. For the other ones, they're super simple. So if you've got the cable machine for lower traps, the main one is down and back at a 45-degree angle. For mid, it's straight back, just like crushing a Coke can, and then upper again is up and back at a 45-degree angle. Super simple. Any questions on that? That makes sense? Yes? Okay, cool. That's the main one that you fly swimmers will get, or anyone that does any strokes in the front. Breaststroke and freestyle will also have the similar issue to that. It's the main thing I see in all the swim clubs I've worked with over my time. It's notorious for creeping in. If you can counteract it, that is going to do you a world of good in the future. The sooner you start working on it, the better you'll have. Another way you can work on it, obviously, in the pool is flipping it so you're doing more back crawl throughout the stroke.
See, when you guys are going to the gym, so I know quite a few of them are asking,
Yes.
what weight would you recommend? Low weights, high weights, how many reps? What do you think?
Obviously, age dependent of what the gym will allow you to go in at, but the weight you want to do is relevant to what you're wanting to work on. So for you guys at the moment, it's going to be muscle endurance wise and a wee bit of strength, but you want to try and probably keep it in the muscle endurance range to begin with until you get used to using weights, so a lower weight, which is a wee bit higher reps, and then you can flip that to strength, which is a higher weight with a lower rep. But for your own knowledge, just so that you know what weight you're looking for, so I don't just tell you do this weight, you've got to figure it out for yourself. And the way that you do that is the fatigue stuff that we were working on earlier for body weight. It's the same principle with the weights. You want to fatigue anywhere between, for muscle endurance, 12 reps roughly and 20. If you can do 20 reps with that weight in whatever exercise you guys choose, it's too light, way too light. First set, you've got to fail. And this is where a few people go a wee bit wrong with it. They think they've got to do 20 3 times through. You can do 23 times through, that weight's too light for you. You got to fail. If you're doing bench press as an example, you fail on, let's say 18. The next time you do the circuit, because muscle endurance only has a 20-second rest in between each set, you want to do 3 sets of it, so it's very quick. So you've got 3 sets, 20 seconds rest. You'll fail on 18. Second time through, you might only get 16, and then you might only get 10 on the third set. That's not a problem, but you're aiming for your first set to fail between that 12 and 20 mark, give or take. If it doesn't, and you get past that on the first one, your weight is too light. So that's for muscle endurance. For strength, it's the other way around, it's a heavier weight. The easiest way to work it out is if you guys get tested and get your 1 rep max, or 5 rep max, you can get your predicted 1 rep max done by one of the instructors up there. They'll then be able to give you your weight worked out. But if you're trying to work it out on your own, that's how you can do it. But always have someone there that knows a wee bit more, just because you guys haven't done it before. So make sure you've got someone there working with you if you're trying to figure out your first weights. Okay? Any questions on any of that? Yeah.
What's like the difference between sets and reps?
Well, reps is how many you do. Sets is how many times you do it. So if you saw a swimming set, you'd have 2 times through of all this.
Mm-hmm.
All this is your reps.
Okay.
This 2 times of all this is your sets. That makes sense? But in the gym it would be 20 would be your reps of that exercise, and you'll do that 3 times through. Or you can do like exercise, 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 back to the start. Exercise, 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 back to the start. And again, do that 3 times through, if you want to do one after the other. But usually it's done all 3, and then you move on to the next exercise, do it 3 times, next exercise, do it 3 times. For the gym.
Right.
So I'm in slightly separate. Make sense? Cool. Any other questions on that? That cover most of the stuff?
Yeah.
For that? Yeah, cool. Okay, breaststrokers, anyone got any hip problems? Anything going on? Any problems with the legs?
She's old.
What happens, guys, is usually when you're doing breaststroke, you get very dominant on the muscles on the inside of the leg, which are usually known as your abductors, so they're adding it to it, so your adductors. Your abductors are the muscles on the outside that take everything out. So to counteract the pull coming in, you can always work on the abductors. Again, they're quite tricky to get. Usually you can get Dynabands, or you know the wee elastic bands you sometimes get if you've ever seen a physio or anything like that. Those ones, you can tie that around your leg, and then in that position, what you can do is you can take your legs out, bring them in. Or you can get, sometimes in the gym, you get machines that have the weights, and you put your legs on the inside of them and you basically take your legs out. That's going to be a good one for working glute med and glute min, which will counteract the pull from the adductors. If it's quads, however, and if it is just the dominant quad on the inside, on the medial side, what you will find is you might have to work your quads, but on the outside, and that's to do with the angle that you have your feet. So if you're doing squats and you're noticing your knees are coming in, you're going to actively have to hold them out, and that'll engage the outside of the quads more than it will engage the inside. So if I drop my knee in, I'll feel it more here. If I get my knee out a wee bit wider, I'm going to feel it more on the outside. If you're doing squats as an example, you want to artificially push your knees further out to the side, so you're loading the muscle that you're not overloading doing breaststroke kick all the time. Does that make sense? I know this sounds like a lecture, a wee bit boring, but hopefully it makes sense to you guys so far. Any questions on that? Pretty simple. Okay. So they're the main exercises you can do in the gym. Homework exercises that you can do for every stroke is always going to focus on the lower back. Unfortunately, because swimming has 3 strokes on your front and 1 on the back, it's usually a 3-to-1 load ratio that you're going to get in the pool to how much you're on your tummy and how much you're on your back. So what you're going to find is your lower back is going to become really, really dominant, and that's always going to be engaged. So the easiest way to get rid of the pressure here is to work on the abs and get used to engaging those muscles. So the 2 exercises that I'd recommend that are really good are the 2 that I did with you yesterday, and I did them deliberately for that reason. And that's your tabletop sit-ups and your extended bicycles. So we're going to go through them again just now, guys. Get you practicing that again. See how the abs are doing after yesterday. Just those 2. I'll see if you remember it, and if not, I'll correct some things. When you're ready, off you go. We'll do it till... So we'll do tabletop, so 90 and 90 with the feet, shoulders slightly up, and you're reaching up, just rolling basically your chest into your belly button. Okay, for this one, remember guys, it's straight leg, bent leg, hands up to your ears, you're rotating to the opposite side, and then you're changing over and you're pausing for that brief second. And make sure the shoulders don't touch the ground, make sure they are hovering. And that will really engage it.
Stars. I wanna die in your arms. Cause you get lighter the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart.